What if I told you that one of the exercises you trust most to stay strong, steady, and independent after 60 could actually be damaging your nerves while you sleep? Not tomorrow, not years from now. Quietly, night after night, while you believe you're doing everything right for your health. As a neurologist who has spent decades working with older adults, I've seen this pattern far too often. Seniors come in confused and frustrated, burning feet at night, tingling toes, numb hands, balance that suddenly feels unreliable. They're told it's age. They're told it's inevitable. What they're rarely told is that certain well-intended exercise habits can accelerate nerve damage when the nervous system is already vulnerable. The most dangerous part is this: the warning signs don't usually appear during the workout. They show up later, when you lie down, when the house is quiet, and when irritated nerves finally speak up. In this video, I want to walk you through the exercises that may be silently undermining your nerve health, and why understanding this now could change how well you move, sleep, and stay independent in the years ahead. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. High-impact jogging on hard surfaces, when staying active quietly damages aging nerves. Many seniors are shocked when I tell them this. The exercise they're most proud of may be the very thing aggravating their nerve damage. I hear it all the time in my clinic. "Doctor, I still jog every morning. I've done it my whole life." That statement usually comes from someone who is disciplined, motivated, and trying to protect their health. Unfortunately, after 60, the nervous system doesn't interpret high-impact jogging the same way it once did. Jogging on hard surfaces like concrete sidewalks, asphalt roads, or treadmills with minimal cushioning creates repeated impact forces that travel straight up from the feet. Each step sends a shock wave through the ankles, knees, hips, and spine. In a younger body, healthy joints, discs, and nerves absorb and recover from that stress. In an aging body, especially one already experiencing tingling, numbness, or burning in the feet, that repeated impact becomes a form of chronic nerve irritation. Here's what many older adults don't realize. The longest nerves in the body, those running from the lower spine all the way down to the toes, are the most vulnerable. They rely on steady blood flow and stable mechanical conditions to survive. High-impact jogging compresses these nerves thousands of times per session, often while circulation is already reduced due to age, vascular changes, or blood sugar fluctuations. Over time, the protective coating around the nerves becomes inflamed, signaling becomes distorted, and symptoms quietly worsen. What makes this especially dangerous is how gradual the damage is. Jogging rarely causes sudden nerve injury. Instead, seniors notice subtle changes. Feet feel asleep at night, balance feels slightly off, or burning sensations appear after exercise. Many dismiss these as normal aging or muscle fatigue. In reality, the nerves are being overstressed faster than they can recover. Unlike muscles, nerves don't bounce back in days. They heal slowly and sometimes not at all. Another overlooked factor is spinal wear. Decades of normal aging lead to disc thinning and joint narrowing in the lower back. High-impact jogging increases compression in these areas, which can irritate nerve roots before the pain ever reaches the legs. This is one reason some seniors develop neuropathy-like symptoms even without diabetes or obvious nerve disease. This doesn't mean cardiovascular fitness is dangerous. It means impact matters. Walking on softer surfaces, using well cushioned shoes, choosing elliptical trainers, or breaking movement into shorter, lower stress sessions dramatically reduces nerve strain while still supporting heart health. Many of my patients are surprised to find that when they stop jogging and switch to lower impact movement, nighttime burning and tingling begin to calm within weeks. The most important takeaway is this: pain is not the first warning sign of nerve damage. Subtle sensory changes are. If your feet or legs feel different after running than they used to, that's not weakness, it's information. And it's information worth listening to, because the next exercise seniors are often told will fix these symptoms may actually be placing their nerves at even greater risk. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Deep squats and lunges without stability, when strength training turns against aging nerves. It often starts with good intentions and a bit of pride. I want to keep my legs strong so I don't fall. That mindset is exactly right. But here's the uncomfortable reality many adults over 60 are never told. Certain strength exercises can quietly overload aging nerves long before muscles feel tired, and deep squats and lunges done without proper stability are among the most common culprits. In younger bodies, squats and lunges train coordination, strength, and balance at the same time. The nervous system sends fast, precise signals to the muscles and joints, correcting posture in milliseconds. After 60, that signaling is slower and less reliable, especially if there's already mild neuropathy, spinal wear, or reduced sensation in the feet. When nerve feedback is delayed, the body compensates in unsafe ways without you realizing it. Here's what actually happens. As you lower into a deep squat or step into a lunge, your hips, knees, ankles, and lower spine must stay perfectly aligned. Aging nerves struggle to communicate subtle position changes, so weight often shifts forward or inward. The knees collapse slightly, the lower back tightens, and pressure increases around the hip joints. This can compress or irritate the nerves that travel through the pelvis and down the legs. At first, the brain interprets this as muscle strain. Over time, the nerves themselves begin to protest. Many seniors tell me they feel wobbly during these movements, but push through because they believe discomfort means progress. That's a dangerous assumption for nerve health. When exercises demand more balance and coordination than the nervous system can safely provide, nerves become overstimulated and inflamed. This is when symptoms like tingling, electric sensations, or burning pain appear hours later, often at night when the body finally slows down. Another hidden issue is depth. Deep squats place the spine and hips in positions that increase pressure on nerve roots in the lower back. Age-related disc thinning and joint narrowing make those nerves more sensitive to compression. You may not feel back pain at all, yet still experience numbness or weakness in the legs because the signal disruption starts higher up. This doesn't mean strength training is harmful. It means stability must come before intensity. Supported squats using a chair, countertop, or rail allow muscles to work without overwhelming the nervous system. Shallow ranges of motion protect nerve pathways while still maintaining leg strength. Slower, controlled movements give nerves time to communicate safely. One of the most important lessons in senior health is this: Stronger muscles don't protect you if nerve signals are distorted. Falls, balance loss, and neuropathy progression often begin when exercises exceed what aging nerves can safely manage. If you've noticed that leg exercises leave you feeling more unsteady, more numb, or more irritated than before, that's not a sign to push harder. It's a signal to adjust. And the next exercise many seniors rely on for flexibility and relief may be placing an entirely different kind of stress on the nerves, one that's even easier to overlook. 3. Aggressive toe touch and hamstring stretching. When loosening up quietly irritates aging nerves. It sounds harmless, even responsible. Many older adults tell me, I stretch every morning so I don't get stiff. For decades, toe touch stretches and deep hamstring stretches have been promoted as a cure-all for tightness, back pain, and poor mobility. But here's what most seniors are never warned about. When nerves age, they do not respond to stretching the way muscles do, and aggressive stretching can quietly make nerve symptoms worse. Muscles are designed to lengthen and shorten. Nerves are not. Peripheral nerves, especially the sciatic nerve that runs from the lower spine down the back of the legs, are living tissue that must glide gently, not be pulled forcefully. As we age, nerves lose elasticity and blood supply. When you bend forward and stretch hard towards your toes, you're not just stretching muscle fibers. You're placing traction on nerve pathways that may already be inflamed, compressed, or undernourished. Many seniors notice a familiar pattern. During the stretch, everything feels fine, even relieving. But later in the day or at night, tingling increases, feet burn, or sharp electric sensations appear down the legs. This delayed reaction is a classic sign of nerve irritation, not muscle soreness. Unfortunately, it's often misinterpreted as proof that I need to stretch more, which only deepens the cycle. Another factor that makes toe touch stretching risky after 60 is spinal aging. Disc height naturally decreases, and joints in the lower back narrow over time. When you bend forward aggressively, pressure increases around nerve roots before the sensation ever reaches the legs. You may feel no back pain at all, yet still experience worsening numbness or weakness in the feet because the irritation begins at the spine. There's also a balance issue most people overlook. Deep forward bends shift weight toward the toes and reduce stability. If sensation in the feet is already dulled by early neuropathy, the nervous system struggles to orient the body safely. That combination, reduced nerve feedback and compromised balance, raises the risk of falls, even during something as simple as stretching. This doesn't mean flexibility is unimportant, it means the goal must change. Aging nerves benefit from gentle movement, not force. Controlled range of motion exercises, light dynamic mobility, and stretching that stays well within comfort allow nerves to move without being overstressed. Stretching should never produce sharp sensations, tingling, or burning. Those are warning signals, not signs of progress. One of the most damaging myths in senior fitness is that discomfort equals effectiveness. For the nervous system, discomfort often means irritation. Protecting nerve health requires respecting limits, slowing down, and choosing movements that calm the system rather than provoke it. If stretching has become something you push through, or if your nerve symptoms flare after flexibility work, that's important information. And it matters even more because the next exercise many seniors turn to for low impact relief, something done seated, controlled, and seemingly safe, can quietly stress nerves in a completely different way, especially when posture is ignored. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Long stationary bike sessions with poor posture, the hidden nerve trap. Seniors rarely notice. Many seniors choose the stationary bike because it feels safe. No pounding, no fear of falling, no complicated movements. You sit down, start pedaling, and believe you're protecting your joints and your heart at the same time. What most older adults don't realize is that how you sit on that bike can quietly determine whether your nerves are being supported or slowly stressed. Here's what I often see in my clinic. A patient tells me their feet feel more numb than they used to, or their legs tingle after exercise instead of feeling refreshed. When I ask about their routine, they proudly say they ride a stationary bike for 30 or 40 minutes at a time. On paper, that sounds ideal. In reality, long sessions with poor posture can compress nerves, reduce circulation, and worsen neuropathy symptoms without causing obvious pain. When you sit on a bike, especially with a rounded lower back and tight hips, pressure builds in the pelvis and lower spine. Aging discs are thinner and spinal joints are narrower than they were decades ago. Holding the spine in a flexed position for extended periods increases pressure on nerve roots before any sensation reaches the legs. That's why some seniors feel foot numbness or burning even though their back doesn't hurt. There's also the issue of circulation. Nerves depend on steady blood flow to survive. Sitting in one position too long, particularly on a narrow or firm seat, can restrict blood supply to the nerves that travel through the hips and thighs. For aging nerves that already struggle with reduced circulation, this becomes a slow form of starvation. Symptoms often appear later in the day or at night, making the connection easy to miss. Another overlooked factor is repetition without recovery. Continuous pedaling for long periods keeps the nervous system in a fixed pattern. Unlike muscles, nerves need frequent positional changes to stay healthy. When movement is repetitive and static, nerve irritation builds quietly, not dramatically. Seniors often assume discomfort afterward is normal fatigue when it's actually a warning sign. This doesn't mean stationary cycling is harmful. It means it must be done intelligently. Shorter sessions, upright posture, a properly adjusted seat, and regular breaks to stand and move can dramatically reduce nerve stress. Even 5 minutes off the bike every 10 to 15 minutes can restore circulation and calm irritated nerves. One of the most important shifts after 60 is understanding that comfort during exercise does not always mean safety for nerves. Subtle symptoms matter. And they matter even more when the next type of exercise many seniors are encouraged to do, balance and agility training, demands nerve responses that aging systems may no longer deliver safely without the right adjustments. 5. Extreme balance and agility drills, when fall prevention pushes aging nerves too far. It often begins with fear, not fitness. Many seniors come to me after a close call, a stumble on the stairs, a moment of dizziness, a sudden loss of confidence. They're told balance training will keep them safe, so they commit fully. Single leg stands on unstable surfaces, quick direction changes, fast step drills. The intention is right. The execution, however, can quietly overwhelm an aging nervous system. Balance is not just about muscles. It's about how fast and accurately nerves communicate between the feet, legs, inner ear, and brain. After 60, nerve signaling naturally slows. When neuropathy, spinal wear, or reduced sensation in the feet is already present, those signals can be delayed or distorted. Extreme balance and agility drills demand split-second responses that aging nerves may no longer deliver safely. Here's what happens beneath the surface. When you stand on an unstable surface or move rapidly from side to side, your body relies on sensory input from the soles of your feet. If that input is dulled by early nerve damage, the brain guesses instead of knowing. Muscles fire late, joints overcorrect, and strain shifts to areas never meant to absorb it. The result is not better balance, but increased nerve stress and a higher risk of injury. Many seniors mistake shakiness for progress. They believe that struggling through an exercise means it's working. For the nervous system, that assumption is dangerous. Excessive wobbling, sudden jerks, or loss of control can irritate nerve pathways, especially around the ankles, knees, and lower spine. Symptoms often appear later: burning feet at night, tingling after exercise, or a lingering sense of unsteadiness that wasn't there before. Another overlooked issue is mental load. Complex balance drills require intense focus and fast processing. When the nervous system is already under strain, this cognitive demand can amplify fatigue and worsen coordination. Instead of building confidence, the seniors begin to fear movement, which ironically increases fall risk. This does not mean balance training should be avoided. It means balance must be rebuilt in a nerve-respectful way. Stable surfaces, slow transitions, hand support, and predictable movements allow the nervous system to adapt without panic. True balance improvement comes from consistency and calm repetition, not from forcing instability. One of the greatest myths in senior health is that harder balance exercises always equal better protection. In reality, balance improves when nerves feel safe enough to learn. When they feel threatened, they shut down. If balance drills leave you more fatigued, more numb, or more uncertain on your feet, that's not weakness, it's feedback. Your nervous system is asking for a different approach. And when you step back and look at all 5 of these exercises together, a powerful pattern emerges, one that explains why so many well-meaning seniors unknowingly worsen neuropathy while trying to stay active. Protecting your nerves is about wisdom, not willpower. If there is one message I want every adult over 60 to take away from this discussion, it's this: your body is not weaker because you're aging. It is more precious and less forgiving. Nerves, in particular, are fragile living tissue. They do not heal quickly, they do not tolerate repeated stress well, and once damaged beyond a certain point, they rarely recover. That reality doesn't mean fear, it means clarity. Many of the exercises we've talked about are not dangerous in themselves. What makes them risky is doing them without understanding how aging nerves respond. High impact, instability, prolonged compression, aggressive stretching, and overstimulation all place demands on the nervous system that it may no longer be able to meet safely. When that happens, the damage doesn't announce itself loudly. It shows up quietly, tingling at night, burning feet in bed, numb toes when you wake, or, that uneasy feeling that your balance isn't what it used to be. Nighttime is especially revealing. When the body finally rests, irritated nerves speak up. Those symptoms are not random. They are signals that something during the day, often movement done with good intentions, is asking more of your nervous system than it can give. The most important shift after 60 is this: stop proving what your body can push through and start protecting what keeps you independent. Exercise should calm your nervous system, not challenge it into submission. Understanding which movements help and which quietly harm allows you to adjust, not quit, staying active. Looking ahead 1 to 5 years, these choices matter more than most people realize. Nerve health today influences balance, sleep quality, walking confidence, and fall risk tomorrow. Small adjustments now can mean steadier feet, fewer nighttime symptoms, and greater independence later. Ignoring warning signs, on the other hand, allows silent damage to accumulate. Aging well isn't about doing more. It's about doing what's right for your nervous system at the right time in the right way, and choosing every day to protect the foundation that supports everything else. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.